Now, if you guys want to do me a favor and share it as well on Facebook, that might help.
Oh, I already did.
Well, hold on right here. I'm going to tag you guys. Ryan Levy. Well, why is it not popping up, Ryan Levy? Doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and just say, let's get started. Set to live. Welcome to another live edition of Fantasy Football Live for Week 10 of NFL action here on Fantasy Focus, brought to you by the Original Hooters. I'm Derek Tate alongside Matt Bucks and Ryan Levy as we enter Week 10 of NFL action. Guys, we are down the home stretch. How are your teams looking so far before we get some of these live questions?
Well, I know Bucky's killing it. I'm hanging in there. I'm doing all right. I'm 5-4 in both listeners' leagues. Griffon was talking trash this morning, though. He said he's going for the clean sweep today, boys, of the hosts.
Yeah, Griff Sidious is a mean team. So just watch your back in that league. 5-4 is not going to cut it. I think you and I are vying for that sixth and final playoff spot there.
Mm-hmm.
Myself as well, but I took a hard L. I think it was by less than 5 points to aforementioned Griff Sidious. Tough one to swallow, man. On Monday Night Football, I had the lead with Evan Ingram, and of course, Amari Cooper busted wide open for like a 45-yard tutty to seal my fate. So
to the house.
Anyway, so we've got some folks already joining in, but before we start hitting some of the live questions, let's go ahead and run down the inactives to kind of start things off. So, again, if you're just now joining us, we're going to get rolling here with answering your live questions in just a moment. But inactives for today, so make sure you get them out of your lineup if not yet done so. Matthew Stafford, James Conner, A.J. Green, which we can talk about A.J. Green in a second here, boys. Evan Ingram, Sterling Shepard, Adam Thielen, Brandon Cooks, T.Y. Hilton, and Jacoby Brissett, Benny Snell, and Delaney Walker. But I kind of want to talk about A.J. Green. So there's a lot of folks that have held on to A.J. Green. He was supposed to originally miss, 2 to 4 weeks with that ankle surgery. And, it's kind of lingered on. And now he's went all the way to the bye week. And then, of course, the first day he comes back on the practice field, he has quote unquote swelling and it does not react well. However, there was kind of some chirping that he's looking for a new contract. And if this is his way of basically using this as an excuse to hold out, there's no reason to really put himself at risk for the dumpster fire that is the winless Cincinnati Bengals if you're going to hit the free agent market at the end of this year and they're not willing to extend you. Thoughts on A.J. Green? Is he droppable?
I mean, he's definitely droppable. I don't think he's going to be playing for the rest of the year. They're trying to tank anyways. They're going to tank. A.J. Green playing does not help them tank. However, I don't think this is A.J. Green. I think it's the team. They're really trying to orchestrate the full-on tank. I've perfected it over the years in dynasty leagues, and I can see it a mile away. I see right through it, clear as day. And A.J. Green it's a team decision because I believe A.J. Green is just a ball player first and foremost, and I think if he's really healthy, he's playing. So it's a mix of the team operative as well as the player condition, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, if you've held on to him this long, you might as well keep holding on for a little bit of hope. If you're going to play him in the playoffs, I mean, what's he going to do? Come back in week 13 or 14, and then you're going to play him? Come on.
I mean, this is coming from the guy that has held on to Baker Mayfield the entire season.
No, I cut him loose.
You're hoping beyond hope there, brother.
You should have cut him preseason.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, so
what do you lose him?
But I mean, Erickson is also there. I mean, I believe Auden Tate is injured, if I'm not mistaken. But, of course, there's going to be Tyler Boyd that's going to see an abundance of targets. So, I mean, it's the same cast of characters. Different quarterback under center, though, for the Cincinnati Bengals as Andy Dalton has hit the bench. So we're going to start taking in some of the live questions now. Andrew, thanks for joining us. Same thing. Dennis, what up? Dumbbell,
Hello,
a.k.a.
Dennis.
Usarjo. What's going on, brother?
Hello, Usard. Love seeing you back in the chat.
Of course. Victor has our first question of the day, though. Singletary or Aaron Jones? Have we already bumped Devin Singletary into the conversation of low-end running back one with Aaron Jones? Thoughts?
Not me.
Not me. I can't. I think the workload will be heavy. The Bills team is just far too inconsistent offensively. I'd rather go. And I know that the Packers have kind of been a little bit up and down with fantasy productivity, but on the field, they're a winning team. I think Aaron Jones is just overall in a better situation, regardless of matchup here.
It's an interesting question, though. I mean, it's not
very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as easy as it was 2 weeks ago, obviously. But yeah, I'm still playing Aaron Jones right now. I mean, ride the horse that got you to where you're at in week 10, I guess. But I mean, Singletary, can't you get him in your flex?
Yeah, I would hope that you can get him in your flex. I do want to see more from Singletary. I mean, what was it? 20 carries last week. By the way, Frank Gore, the cyborg, did nothing to really warrant him seeing or ever out-touching Devin Singletary for the rest of the year. I mean, what? He got 3 opportunities consecutively from the 1-yard line, got stonewalled. Then they decided to give him another carry on a 4th and 1 and got stifled yet again for a loss. Like, it was a horrible short yardage day for Frank Gore when Devin Singletary was just ripping off big run after big gain after big gain. If he can see somewhere north of 15 total touches, then he starts to get into that low end running back 1 / high end running back 2 conversation.
You have to think
another week.
You have to think that needs to happen this week. He needs to get 15 touches today.
Yeah, I agree.
You would think.
But I still like Aaron Jones here.
Me too. AKA Usara Joe, don't care if Jones turns out to be the next Mahomes. He'll never be on my team. Lost because of a defensive touchdown by Dallas with less than 20 seconds to go. Look, Daniel Jones is an interesting. I think we're going to get a lot of interesting quarterback questions today. 6 teams on buys. Yep. We even have of the teams that are playing. There's still some quarterback injuries that are taking place, like aforementioned Jacoby Brissett and Matthew Stafford. So Daniel Jones, though, it's been interesting, guys. After that 4-touchdown debut, I think he's had 9 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. And really, if you remove that 1 4-touchdown performance against the Lions, 5 TDs to 8 picks. It's been ugly for Daniel Jones ever since that awesome debut.
He's exactly what we thought he'd be. He stinks.
Oh, he doesn't stink. I think he's had a good rookie year, to be honest with you. I think he will be a good pro. And obviously, you're going to have these ups and downs. But I like Daniel Jones moving forward. Not so much on a fantasy perspective, because I'm saying moving forward, like 2-3 years from now, Tate. Okay. I saw that look on your face.
I was actually just reading the comments. My apologies.
Oh, yeah. So I don't know, though. Daniel Jones, I think you're selling him a bit short there, Levy. I think he's actually impressed me, considering, coming out of Duke and everything like that. He looks like a good player in the NFL.
Listen, I bashed the pick when it was made, so I got to stick to my guns. I'm going with USRD Joe here, and he will never be on one of my fantasy teams.
Okay, all right.
I mean, you're speaking in absolutes, and that's kind of dangerous in fantasy football because things can change really quick. But I will say this. I don't think he earned that nickname Danny Dimes. I think he's playing more like Danny Bag of Pennies. That's how I feel normally after a hefty marathon of drinking, watching NFL football, going in on a Monday as a bag of pennies. And that's how he's been playing ever since that debut.
Yep. Danny Dumb. Big satchel of pennies.
All right. With Jose Vega, thanks for joining us. With Stafford out, do I start Sam Darnold or Kyle Allen? I mean, Sam Darnold has a nice matchup against the New York Giants. In specific, Kyle Allen's a little bit tough to figure out from strictly fantasy perspective. I think he's been obviously more so a game manager up to this point, but he's still picking up wins, which is the important thing for the Panthers. But who do you guys like between these two?
I'm going Sam Darnold today. I think he's going to have a decent game. I actually like Robbie Anderson a lot today too.
Yeah, I'm going to go Sam Darnold here for the reasons you stated, Tate. And I also love the Barry Sanders jersey in this avatar. That's fantastic.
I think it's a perfect fit. That's how I used to. I mean, Levy, you have something against people that are grown-ups that wear jerseys. Well, I mean, why is that? What's wrong with wearing and rocking a jersey?
I'm sorry, but if you're a grown man, you shouldn't be wearing a football jersey.
See, I personally don't wear a football jersey. I will wear a soccer kit from time to time. So I have like dueling standards. But I say if you love a player and you love a team, there's no better way to show your love by giving the organization tons and tons of money for like a $15 jersey that you pay $135 for.
What grown man wants to wear another man's name on his back?
If he's a badass, there's nothing wrong with that.
Nah, dude, I'm out on that.
Now you're getting way too philosophical with this, man.
You know, there's nothing to think about here. You put another man's name on your back. It's weird. I don't know. It's just not my thing.
It shows love. And I choose love in 2019. Choose love, not hate.
Victor is going to go, I mean, real bold here. Mahomes over Allen.
Oh, Dennis's question though, up a little bit. Mahomes or Allen?
Oh, said. Dennis, my bad. I didn't mean to skip over there, pal. Mahomes or Allen?
Mahomes.
Mahomes.
Mahomes is, if he's healthy, Dennis, we love you. Thanks for joining us. But yeah, Mahomes is healthy, dude. You're rolling Mahomes out there.
Yeah. So. I love the question though. The fact that we're even weighing Mahomes versus Josh Allen is just an interesting universe or stratosphere that I really enjoy partaking in. We're actually there in 2019 now.
Victor, thanks for joining us again. I know you already jumped in on the Mahomes question, but we got Watkins or Amari Cooper, I'm assuming. So we're going the glass man with Patrick Mahomes back. I'm still going Amari Cooper, guys. Guy's been a top 10 wide receiver all season long. I just don't see the reason to sit him for Watkins.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. No chance I'm benching Cooper for the glass man.
You're putting the glass man in, Levy?
No.
Okay, goodness gracious. You had me shook right there.
No, there's no way I'm benching Cooper. I mean, Cooper, Tate, you said it. He's a top 10 guy all year. There's not many guys I'm benching Amari Cooper for.
Yeah, it's Cooper.
Yeah, easily 100% all day. BG, what up? Griff City, shout out. Beasley or Auden Tate? My apologies if Auden Tate is a go today. I'm going to go Auden Tate. I know that Beasley has, again, somehow found the end zone by some divine intervention. Bucky, you said to go with Beasley last week, and he scored another fluky touchdown on the very limited workload that he saw.
Sure. But
he scored. So I'm going to go Auden Tate. I like what I've seen from him all year, but are you going to go Beasley? I'm interested to see your thoughts.
So I benched Beasley in one of my PPR leagues, and it's because while he seems to flash with that touchdown, really in a PPR format, I want more volume out of my players. So right. Auden Tate is who I'm going to go with in this scenario, and I chose a player like Christian Kirk over Cole Beasley for this week, simply because of A, matchup, B, the inconsistency of Buffalo on the whole. I'm a huge Bills guy, but this team's 6-2, and it feels like we could have lost all 8 games. Right.
Oh, yeah.
That's tough.
100%.
That's a tough scenario as a fan and as a fantasy football player, manager, whatever you want to call it. I prefer manager. That's the soccer roots in me. But Cole Beasley is just not a guy I feel comfortable starting.
Levy. I like Cole Beasley a lot. I was on him last week too, but in this scenario, I'm going to go Auden Tate. He's definitely a full go, I believe, Tater. But we talk about Tyler Boyd and all the targets he gets, but he can't score. Tyler Boyd is an average receiver who gets targeted a lot, and Auden Tate gets all the red zone targets. So
we got to talk about Erickson too. Erickson actually has been racking up some decent PPR numbers as like a third option over there in Cincinnati. So I know it's a different quarterback under center, so now we're going to get possibly some different target share volume going around there in Cincinnati. But still, based on what they've done thus far, I like Auden Tate for the reasons Bucks mentioned. I feel safer with his volume and his workload. So that's where I'm going to go. Now, Beckham. We got an Odell Beckham Jr. question, guys. Is he not the most frustrating player to try to figure out this year? Because when you watch him play, he's still very talented. But, man, is there just something missing when it comes to being on the same page with Baker Mayfield? And then you got Larry Fitzgerald, who seems to almost phased out of this air raid offense. But he's going against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who just got shredded by Russell Wilson and company to the tune of 5 touchdown passes.
Yikes. So,
Odell or
go
Larry
Bucks.
Yeah, go Bucks.
Give me old gray dreads. I'm going Larry Fitz against the Bucks. I want anyone against the Bucks.
I'm actually in this exact scenario. I have to weigh this exact same scenario in reality.
Is this your burner account?
This is not. I wish, man. Jose Vega, that's a pretty good one. It's I'm trying to think of the one funny one. No, we'll think of it and we'll come back to it.
Hey, Jason Light has a burner account, a Bucks GM.
One of one.
It's like Ron Mexico for Mike
Ron
Vick
Mexico. There you go.
that was just Mike Vick's alias.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm Jose Vega, just like he's Ron Mexico. I'm gonna go with Odell Beckham, even though I hate the matchup going up against Trey White.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going Odell Beckham. I hate the matchup as well, but I feel as if we saw last week. He had Chris Harris Jr. fourth quarter, fourth down. The Browns' season is on the line, and he absolutely torches Chris Harris Jr. up the rail, and Baker Mayfield never even looked at him. I feel as if this week, with all the media scrutiny, that we're going to see a little bit of overcompensation to get him the ball early and often. So I do think that Odell, even though he has the tougher matchup, that's the guy I want to start this week. It's got to be this week or never.
The problem with Odell is if he's uninvolved in that first few series, he tends to check out. So like if he gets purely shut down out of this game through the first quarter, I have a lot of concerns about him bouncing back. And by the way, I got a new nickname for Baker, Backfoot Baker. That guy's throwing off his back foot. He's like a pitcher, starting pitcher in the MLB. He's throwing off his back foot all day.
Backfoot Baker.
Love it.
Victor, Singletary at flex over Marlon Mack. Would have Jones and Barkley at running back 1 and running back 2. Well, I mean, that sounds pretty
nice.
What do you guys think, though? I mean, I still think it's Marlon Mack. The guaranteed touches that Mack's gets on a weekly basis and has been getting all season. Granted, I know Brian Hoyer's under center, but he's got a very good matchup in the Miami Dolphins. I'm not sitting Marlon Mack against the Dolphins today.
It's Mack for me, and I also just love this kind of humble brag by Victor with this absolute stable of running backs. Fantastic work, sir. It's Marlon Mack for me. It's too inconsistent in Buffalo. I'll probably say that 65 times during the next hour.
Yeah, Marlon Mack, 18-plus touches in 6 of 8 games this year. 18-plus carries, I should say. Not even touches because he's not catching any passes. He's only found the end zone 3 times in 8 games, but this is the game where he gets to 5 touchdowns on the season. I'm feeling it. 2 TDs for Mack.
There you go. Nice. So we're all in agreement. A clean sweep. Marlon Mack across the board.
Sweep him.
The Crawdad. Morning, brother. Phil Carberry, thanks for joining us. 1 wide receiver, 1 flex in a full point PPR. We got our first Rojo question of the day. Ronald Jones, Michael Gallup, and Zach Pascal.
Definitely going Rojo. Rojo's a must start for me today.
Rojo's the flex. Obviously, I mean, naturally.
I'm going to go Zach Pascal.
Same.
I mean, no T.Y. Hilton. I like what I've seen from Pascal. So I'm going to roll him out there and give him the start. I mean, Gallup's been very hit or miss as a wide receiver too.
I'll go with Zach Pascal here as well.
Wow. 2 clean sweeps in a row. How about them apples?
We're vibing.
Nick Bird. What up? Pick 1. Full point PBR. A.J. Brown, Ted Ginn, or Deontay Johnson? Ooh, yeah. I mean, Bucky, that face you just made. I mean, don't insult Nick. Poor Nick.
No. It's good question because he's posing it.
I'm kidding, man. I'm kidding.
It's tough because like Deontay Johnson intrigues all of us, I think. But I'm going to go A.J. Brown here because I do like what I've seen out of Ryan Tannehill in the Renaissance.
Yes.
Did that make sense? Like the Renaissance, the Renaissance. We're in the middle of the comeback. Just don't call it one.
Oh, man. I'm going A.J. Brown as well here. Ted Ginn is out for me. Maybe like 4 years ago, I would have said Ted Ginn. Deontay Johnson. I don't want to put my fantasy hopes and dreams in the hands of Mason Rudolph. Sorry. I mean, Deontay Johnson's a decent player and everything, but I'm going A.J. Brown in this scenario.
I went A.J.
A.J. Brown, the baddest man. And I'll stop singing. Stephanie, thanks for joining us. Standard League.
Best
Who to
you've ever
start?
sounded.
Flex option. Jamison Crowder, Calvin Ridley, or Latavius Murray. We're trying not to call him Lat Murray. And by the way, Levy, can you push your camera down a little bit? I'm getting the bottom of your handsome chin cut off on a regular basis.
Oh, because of the little thing?
I can see a great view of your ceiling. There we go.
He is. Oh, my goodness.
I'm growing out my beard for you.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. Bring it in there. All right. So who do you guys got in a standard format?
Oh, standard. I forgot.
Probably
I missed that
Latavius Murray.
Yeah, I'll go Lat Murray.
I'm trying to call him by his rightful name, Latavius. It's hard not to. I like the old Lat Murray. But I mean, Alvin Kamara is going to be back this week. I feel like maybe it's kind of like turn back the clock over the first 2 years of Kamara's career where we saw Mark Ingram heavily involved. I think it's going to be a nice split between those two, and Murray's probably going to see somewhere between 5 to 10, maybe 15 total touches tops. I'll still go ahead and go with Murray in a standard league. Gives me the best chance for a goal line tutty or something like that.
Yep. That's the line of thinking I have as well. Thank you, Stephanie.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Stephanie. Here we go. Nice try. My Browns are the best, but still, I'm an Oilers fan. Levy, are they going to rattle off? I mean, you already lost your bet. Did you pay Bucks yet? Because
No,
they're
because
not going to get to 11 wins. It's not mathematically possible.
They haven't stopped trying in their heart of hearts. They continue to go out there and seize the day, thinking that they're going to win Levy $50, and in reality, they're just going to have to buy me an excellent spread of wings.
Yeah,
the wonderful original Hooters.
Don't start counting your money yet, because Patty Mahomes is back this week, Buck, and that bet's going to wash out.
I don't think it's going to wash out. He's got a lot of work to do in about 6 weeks.
He's got plenty of time, nothing but time. But anyway,
okay, yeah, a lot of people game planning against him.
Another member of the Fantasy Focus Listeners League, Adam Engel. Great job, guys. Best of luck this week. Keep up the great content. Hey, thank you for joining us, and thank you for being in our Fantasy Focus League. We always appreciate that. Bird Boy 878, what up? Full point PPR. Kenny Galladay without Stafford or Curtis Samuel. Interesting matchup against the Green Bay Packers. I think it's DJ Moore who's going to get the Jair Alexander treatment today. So I actually like Curtis Samuel. I know that's going to sound terrible because Galladay's been balling, but I don't trust the Lions without Matthew Stafford, guys.
You don't trust Jeff Driscoll?
No. No.
How could you ever say that?
I'm sorry.
He's got a QB rating at 82.9. He's a player, man. 6 touchdowns, 2 picks.
Where's the vomit emoji when I need it?
Check the stat line.
Bucks.
I mean, Galladay. There's no way I'm benching Galladay.
Yeah, Bucky, I was texting with Shakes this morning about Driscoll because in the Bet the Over podcast, the Lions was one of Shakes' picks. But yeah, I'm going Galladay still in this scenario. I hate it.
He picked the Lions and we're getting Jeff Driscoll treatment. Yeah. It was written Lions by 60.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm still going Galladay. I don't love it.
That's amazing. Hey, you skipped over our good friend Crawl, who said, get up, go Bucks, Jameis, 7 touchdowns, 6 interceptions today. I truly believe that's a possibility.
It sounds like a stat line for him.
It'd be an improvement.
Yeah. As long as he throws more touchdowns than interceptions, I'm all about it. Nice try, 1996. Thanks for joining us. Herndon. We got a first Herndon sighting or Mark Andrews. For me, it's easily Mark Andrews. Come on. I'm not trusting Herndon, who hasn't played a season.
Andrews is getting a lot of unnecessary flack. I don't know what it is.
Why?
But he's been productive, and he'll continue to be productive regardless of the number of tight ends they continue to rotate through. This is a multi-tight end set. That's their base. So it's okay.
Nick Boyle, Hayden Hurst. I mean, the list goes on and on for Baltimore tight ends, but Mark Andrews last week played against the New England Patriots. I mean, come on. Like, relax. Pump the brakes. Andrews will be fine.
Yep, I'm going Andrews. Nice try.
Andrews?
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
try.
I was just laughing at this question. Sorry, it's definitely Andrews.
All right. Morning, fellas. From Dre S. Thanks for joining us. Seamus Winston and a potential stroke. Or Matt Ryan, and then 2 Marvin Jones without staff piece, or Sammy Watkins. Guys, oh God.
This is easy for me.
Jameis.
It's Jameis.
It's definitely Jameis Winston on the
And
first.
it's Marvin Jones.
No, it's Watkins for me.
Oh, yuck.
I mean, if I'm sitting here saying I don't trust Kenny Galladay because of Jeff Driscoll under center, then I have to stay consistent.
Yes.
And go with Sammy Watkins. I just don't know what to expect from Driscoll. No idea. 0. But I know that, Patrick Mahomes is capable of throwing 4 touchdowns rolling out of bed in the morning. So can Sammy get one of those? Maybe. I like his chances better than Marvin Jones this week. Leonidas.
Nice.
Great name. Great name.
Avatar.
Yeah. I didn't like the movie 300 all that much, but there were some good action scenes. King Leonidas. Tip of the hat.
You didn't like that. That seems like it's right in your wheelhouse.
I hated the art style. There was all kinds of I just wish they would have told it like they told the movie Troy. Troy is an absolute classic.
All right.
And then, we saw a different art style completely. I think they ruined what is a fantastic story of Thermopylae and 300 Spartans going against what?
No. I'm laughing because I've never heard you expand on history quite like this. And it's like you love this story.
Oh, I mean, look, if I had the voice of Sean Bean, you bet your ass I'd be Odysseus or someone. I'd be in there somewhere as an extra.
Derek Tate as Odysseus. No, but I love the portrayal of Xerxes in that movie.
Oh, yes. That was probably one of the weirdest but best parts about the movie.
Yeah, my college nickname was Beer Xerxes.
Love that.
Wow, we're just finding this out. Damn it. All right, we got AJ Brown or Zach Pascal in a full point PPR, guys. For me, I'm gonna go with AJ Brown. As I like the talent. I do think that they're going to have to throw the ball quite a bit in order to keep up with the Kansas City Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes healthy. I mean, as far as the Dolphins and Brian Hoyer has a nice matchup, so does Zach Pascal, but I don't get the feel goods. They could sit on the ball pretty early against the Miami Dolphins. For that reason, I'm going to go with AJ Brown.
I'm going to go Pascal.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree with you completely on this. He's the number one threat for a team that throws the football, regardless of who's throwing the football.
Yeah, Hoyer actually looked decent last week, minus the
Hoyer rules.
Minus the Minka Fitzpatrick touchdown. But
I bet Hoyer's so mad deep down that he keeps having to start games instead of just collecting paychecks. No matter where Brian Hoyer goes,
actually play.
He starts. You know, it ruins his plans. And I would love a movie or something where it goes through like behind the scenes, Brian Hoyer.
Right.
He shows up day one, goes home to his wife. Yeah, I'll never have to play this year. Third string, just sitting back. We'll be fine. There's no way I'm starting this year, sweetie. I'm going to be injury free. I'll make it to all the kids' soccer games. There won't be a problem. I promise you. Andy is back. Jacoby's a great backup. We're going to be fine, sweetheart. Andrew Luck inexplicably retires from football, and Jacoby Brissett continues to have injury problems. Who could have wrote this script? Brian Hoyer thrust into the starting role.
And the Chiefs, by the way, on AJ Brown, the Chiefs aren't bad against wide receivers. They just get gashed by running backs through the air.
Yeah, I mean, I think that defense has stiffened up ever since they lost Mahomes, though, and they have been playing better ball since the beginning of the year, 100%. But I don't know. I got this gut feeling that AJ Brown is going to have himself a day. So Zari,
hey, baby Zari, Uncle Buck loves you.
Jay Kelly, pick one: Galladay, DJ Moore, Metcalf, or I'm assuming John Brown. Not Jaron Brown or anything of that nature. Not throwing us any curveballs here. Is it crazy that I want to go John Brown? John Brown has been incredible. You say what you will. He's been incredibly consistent all year. He's had at least 50 or more receiving yards in every single game. And in a standard format, he's actually a top 20 wide receiver. So I'm just making that case. If you guys want to go in a different direction, I totally understand. But I'm actually going to go John Brown.
I'm going to let Bucky go next on this one. I'm on the fence, man. This is
tough.
Bullet,
Buck. Take the bullet.
No, I'm going to go DK Metcalf. I'm going to roll the dice on the big player, but it's so weird with all these injuries at quarterback. It's like, what are we doing? And then we go back to the old methodology of I want a quarterback who's been there all year. We have some rhythm established. John Brown and DK Metcalf are the ones that fall into that void. And you mentioned getting Khair Alexander by DJ Moore, which is more than likely to happen. So they're eliminated for me. Like Galladay on the one-on-one that we had the comparison earlier was it was two crap situations, and you need to make the best out of one of them. With this, I'm eliminating him. It's DK Metcalf or John Brown. I'm going DK Metcalf.
I don't love the matchup for DK Metcalf.
I don't either.
I know. I'm going to go John Brown.
He's playing the 49ers. That's what scares the living hell out of me. And they're getting Josh Gordon. I mean, I'm not saying Josh Gordon's going to have a huge impact in his first week of NFL action with his new team, but
we've said that before.
We have said that before. So
we've been wrong before.
I'm just going with the guy that I feel is the number one that still has the quarterback rapport. I mean, even though that Kyle Allen's been playing with DJ Moore, but I'm going John Brown, but I can't blame anybody that wants to go Metcalf after what he did last week to Jamal Dean. Whoo, and that Buccaneers secondary. I mean, it's the Buccaneers secondary, though. It's going to make me cry.
Yeah, I didn't want to cry this morning, Tater. Gosh, man, I don't have my handkerchief on me.
Yeah, I've lost mine, too. I never had it. Shawnee Boy 71, thanks for joining us. We are having a great morning because we're answering your fantasy questions. So thanks for joining us. He traded Travis Kelce for Aaron Jones in a standard scoring. Now I have Jared Cook and Darren Fells. He's asking if he made the right choice in retrospective. I think you did. I'd rather have Aaron Jones. I mean, I know that Travis Kelce's getting Patrick Mahomes back, which I think he's going to begin. He has to start rattling off touchdowns at some point. He's too damn talented. It's just the targets are there, the yards are there. It's going to come around for Kelsey, but you got Aaron Jones, who is every other week just blowing the hell up and is consistently getting touches now. I think you made the right choice.
Well, I think he's more alluding to just the climate at the tight end position, right? Like you have one of the very few true assets, despite being outperformed by a few other guys. Travis Kelce is still that guy getting tons of play, getting tons of looks. And the cliff is humongous, right? That drop off is massive once you get beyond 8 tight ends for the most part. Right. So having one of those assets, has he increased the overall value of his club while maybe undermining one position? Yes. But there's tons of people out there streaming tight ends, and that's just the reality of the current climate. And by the way, when I read Shawnee Boy, I read Sean Lil Boy. Like I don't know why, but I love back in college, that would be an insult. Little boy.
Yeah, little boy. I agree with your guys' analysis here, though. I'm making that trade for Aaron Jones for sure. Breaking news, though: Shady McCoy is a healthy scratch today.
Oh no,
Damian Williams.
Where's the loaf of bread? I should have had a prop for the loaf of bread. That's what it'll get you.
Good
and
stuff.
Adam, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate the sub there. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys are subscribing. Appreciate it.
Oh, man, these IPAs are going down. You notice I switched it up a little bit.
That a boy.
Yeah, a little grapefruit.
I couldn't tell. I'm out of beer over here. I'm actually I don't know how. I'm actually doing my first job where I'm actually just kind of escorting people out onto the stage today for an auction off date thing. So I don't know how tipsy I'm allowed to be showing up to this thing. Because I don't have to speak. I don't have to say anything. I just can't fall off the stage because I'm too intoxicated. So
just being a face guy today, Tate?
I don't know, man. I'm thinking
he is the face guy. He is the
face guy today.
Yeah.
Vanna White. So yeah, anyway. Yeah, people aren't gonna come now. JP covers. Hey guys, start Zach Pascal or start him over Kenny Galladay. I feel like we're getting a lot of Pascal questions.
Yeah, we are.
For good reason. No T.Y. Hilton.
This is the situation like Pascal, Kenny Galladay. It's Kenny Galladay. They both are playing with backup quarterbacks, and Brian Hoyer just left the PTA meeting that he had with Miss Ruth down at the local Christian high school that his children attend. You know, it's like this just happened for Brian, and he's going to be just forced into the spotlight yet again. Give me Kenny Galladay.
I'm going Zach Pascal against the Miami Dolphins. And Brian Hoyer, say what you will about Jeff Driscoll, but I have seen a lot more of Brian Hoyer putting up solid numbers, and I know that you already mentioned what the numbers are career-wise for Driscoll, but there's no way in hell that I feel confident with Jeff Driscoll when I know that Hoyer's willing to sling it for better or for worse. So I'm going with Zach Pascal against the matchup in the Miami Dolphins.
I am going Pascal as well. Let's go, Tate. Let's ride.
All right, we got another Pascal question for Victor. We can't get off Pascal today. We got him or Robbie Anderson. So who do you guys got between Pascal and Rude Boy? Well, not Rude Boy Bob. That's Robert Woods, but I'm actually going Robbie Anderson.
It's Bob Anderson in this scenario.
Yeah.
What about Bob?
Dr. Leo Marvin.
That's such a frustrating movie to watch. Oh man. Getting through that is a grind. What about Bob?
I love it. I love that movie.
I don't even know what that is.
Leonidas, Goff, or Kyler Murray? That's actually kind of interesting.
It's easy.
I mean, you say it's easy.
Kyler,
baby. It's the Bucks.
It is Kyler, but man, he still just has these games where he can't buy a touchdown through the air despite throwing the ball over 30 times a game every single damn game. But that being said, if he should throw some tutties against the Bucks today. Usar Joe, a.k.a. Dumbbell, Jamison Crowder, or Bobby Woods. Speaking of Rude Boy Bob, can we trust his ass?
Yes. With no Cooks, you got to trust Bob this week. This is the week.
And Bob is one of those tough sons of guns. So he's going to go through there. He's going to gut it out. Give me Bob Woods, Rude Boy.
Off the bye.
I do got to go Robert Woods. As much as I do want to go New England Clam Crowder, I can't do it. I got to go with Bobby Woods. All right. And then, hey, little boy. What up, little boy? I hated when wide receivers would say that to me when I'm covering. You know, they always looked at me as like the little DB, like, what up, little boy? I'm going to burn you. I'm going to toast your ass. So anyway, I mean, Golden Tate or Kalen Ballage in standard scoring. I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's Kalen Balaj.
Oh God, he stinks.
He does, but who else is left to get carries in Miami?
Yeah, but
Requisite touches, Buck.
even if you give him 20 carries, he's going to get 38 yards. Like, it's so
true.
maddening. It's so
true.
maddening. It's like, attitude reflect leadership captain, like old from
Gary
remember.
Bird? No, that's Julius Campbell.
That's Julius. Yeah, that's kind of what the situation is. Statistics represent the positivity that I have with this matchup, but yeah, I got to go Kalen Balaj as well. Requisite touches. Yikes.
It just stinks so bad.
I feel bad for you, Sean, little boy 71.
Yeah.
That's the cherry on the diary.
I
I'm
have
going
him
Golden
dynasty.
Tate. I'm going Golden Tate, man.
You're going with Tate?
Yes,
Of House Tate, first of his name.
that's right. Madison,
Madison
what's up?
Smith. What up, Madison? Thanks for joining us. We got, Bucky. Levy.
Did I do that right?
Yeah, baby. I feel like I just head butted my
You got
four.
dab on him.
Oh, it's hard to miss because I got a 5 head here. But pick 2 from the 3: Julio Jones, Marvin Jones, or Kenny Galladay. So I mean, it's really you're starting Julio, but Marvin Jones or Kenny Galladay. I mean, I think Galladay is the better player, not by much, but he is a better player over Marvin Jones. I'll take Galladay.
Agreed.
Yep, Kenny G and the boys.
Yeah, next time, Dad, start with hello so we can just get in there. But no, thanks for the question, brother. Okay, so gold is questionable. So we got a kicker question, boys. We got a kicker question from Dennis Steven. Who should I pick up last minute? Boswell, Rosas, or maybe Gay?
This is easy. There's going to be 100 points scored in the Buccaneers game today. Go with Gay.
I'm good with Gay.
I'm going with Gay.
Go with Gay. Hashtag go with Gay.
Let's go Gay.
AKA Usar Joe. Pascal over Diggs and Metcalf. I'm not doing him over. That didn't sound right. I'm not picking him over Diggs. There's no. I mean, we have no Adam Thielen. I mean, say what you will. I know that Kirk Cousins is maddening when it comes to his production and performance, but I mean, Diggs should still see a plethora of targets.
You know, Kirk Cousins loves to lose to teams with winning records. Cowboys probably win tonight, but I'm not playing Pascal over Diggs.
See, I have faith that the Vikings get it done tonight. I'm going Diggs.
I mean, I think it's going to be a big game from Dalvin Cook if they get it done, but Diggs should do his part. And he's by far of the quarterbacks mentioned. Well, I mean, of course, Russell Wilson's playing out of his mind, so Metcalf's definitely an option, but I'm not going Zach Pascal over Stephon Diggs. Adam Engel, Lou Malnati's or Pisano's for lunch?
This is a Chi-Town question right here.
Chi-Town question. That is correct.
I'm going Paisanos, man. Give me some of that thin crust.
Oh, so Paisanos is not the deep dish?
No.
So here are my thoughts on deep dish. I don't know if I've ever shared them on the live show. The first slice, you realize that you waited an hour and 15 minutes for this pie to come out, and you've been sitting there consuming beverages the entire time, gone to the bathroom like 6 separate times, and then your pie finally gets there, you're dehydrated, and you feel like this thing is going to be the lifeboat to bring me back to reality, and all it does is slow you down to a crawl for about 6 hours after you eat it. Now, it's delicious, but I can't eat more than one slice. I'm big. I want multiple slices of that thin crust. I've never had Paisanos, but I've had Louis Malnati's. I'm going to go with Paisanos here. I'm a thin crust guy.
Good answer, Buck.
For some reason, I mean, now I'm living in Cadillac, Michigan. I don't even know if they've even heard of deep dish pizza over here. It's been a long time. But I'm going to go with Malnati's. I mean, I believe Adam Engel, when he was in town in Chicago, went to Lou Malnati's. We went together, pal. I was a third wheel, and I'm proud to say that. We hung out, pal, and I'm going to go to Malnati's, so I'm going Lou's.
Tate, do you like the Detroit style pizza? Because I've really grown to love it.
It's actually pretty good.
Do they have that in Cadillac?
What's that?
They have that in Cadillac?
Oh yeah. It's
basically
made its way north. It's migrated to the north. To the north. All right, nice try. 1996. Got another question. A statement. Browns by 17. I'm going down with the ship.
Oh yeah, love
That's
it.
how Levy's going with one of his teams in fantasy football this year. That is potential issue.
Browns by 17.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of points against the Bills. I'm not sure. I mean, the Eagles did it, so
Ryan Colville, what up, man? Thanks for joining us.
What up?
Looking bunch. Jamison Crowder or Devontae Parker? I'm going Devontae Parker. No Preston Williams. And we got Ryan Fitzmagic back there slinging the rock. So, I mean, I know it's a tougher matchup against a good Colts defense, but I'm still going to go requisite targets, boys. Volume.
Devontae, and by the way, Ryan, being called homely is the nicest thing anyone's ever said about the appearance of my face. So I want to just thank you because that really made me happy inside, and that means a lot.
Yeah, I'm going Parker as well. Colville, I miss you. It's good to see your face on an avatar.
I do miss you.
Real quick, am I crazy? Because I'm starting Parker over Juju today.
Ooh, that's a little aggressive.
Juju might be the bust of the year.
The Shineman. I haven't been able to even say like all the stupid
stinks,
Smith Schuster Shinemans.
He is not good without a good quarterback.
What? Oh, come on. Do not go that far.
I'm telling you, man, he is benchable. He is not a guaranteed starter.
He does have a tough matchup today with Jalen Ramsey. For that reason, if you want to pivot and go in a different direction, then yes.
He's banged up too.
So
do you like Devontae as well there, Levy?
Yeah, in this scenario for sure. I don't love the matchup. The Colts defense is good, but yeah, I'm starting Parker without a doubt.
Rock out. What's up, man? Amari Cooper or Zach Pascal and Damian Williams and Tevin Coleman. Wait, what?
Commas, punctuation is very key.
I'm confused.
No, 2 flexes, full PPR.
All right. Okay.
Need 2 of them.
Okay. So I'm
Go
going to
Damo.
go Cooper. And now, I mean, Damian Williams is interesting now that Shady McCoy is a healthy scratch. He is. I mean, but I got to go Tevin Coleman. He's been playing too well. I know he had a little bit of a down week, but I mean, I love the commitment to running the football for the San Francisco 49ers. I'm going to go with Coleman over Damian Williams.
I'm going Cooper and Williams.
Me too. Roll the dice. This is Separation Sunday. Everybody out there, pull up your bootstraps, put on your old helmet, put on your sports goggles, your Spec Rex.
Let's go.
Spec Rex? Is that what those used to be? Rec Specs.
What the hell is a rec spec?
The Horace Grant.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, because we're going in today. We are going in. This is Separation Sunday. So you better find out what it is that makes you full. You eat that. Hopefully Hooters. The original Hooters, of course. Delicious hot wings. Man, now I'm thinking I had Hooters on Friday. It was so delicious.
Which one did you go to? Did you hit up the
original?
OG? Oh,
yeah, the OG.
Dude.
It's just something else.
Clearwater?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I love that place.
Dude, the OG it's like heaven on earth.
Shout out Christina Hedger.
Some have called it the Mecca of chicken wings.
It really is, dude. I can't wait to go there. I can't wait I'll be home in like 3 weeks. I can't wait.
You and I both. I'll be back. Yes. Wait, I'll be back in 5 weeks. I'm gonna wait longer. This sucks.
Ridley or John Brown?
Can somebody please mail me some chicken wing? Yeah, but Ridley or John Brown from Nice Try 1996.
Ridley's dead to me. John Brown for sure.
I still got to go Calvin Ridley here.
You're hoping beyond hope. Why? John Brown, I already mentioned how safe his floor has been. I'm just surprised to hear you, who is a Bills fan, going with Ridley. I'm just shocked.
I've just been strung out, man. Like Calvin Ridley has strung me along, playing me like a fiddle. And one of these days, I have to get a pat on the back. One of these days. That's why.
Broken clocks.
I'm ornery to a fault.
Right, Buck?
Ornery to a fault, boys. Ornery to a fault.
BN Dried Ocean, Chris Carson or Le'Veon Bell in a PPR format. That's a tricky one. I mean, the 49ers is a tough matchup for Chris Carson, but he's been playing
so are the Bucks.
Way more productive than Lev Bell all year. But I do like Lev Bell's matchup against the New York Giants this week. So I'm actually going to go Lev Bell over Chris Carson. I know it might surprise you, but I'm going to go with Bell.
I'm going Le'Veon.
I'm going Chris Carson. I mean, he had a tough matchup last week against the Buccaneers too. I believe he's the only running back that's run for 100 yards against the Bucks this year. But granted, some of that was on one carry. But yeah, I'm still going Carson. Bell's a little banged up.
Gotcha. So we got the old boy, C. Toy, inaugural winner of the Fantasy Focus Listeners League, champion. Shout out. Curtis Samuel or Jamal Williams in a standard format with a lot. By the way, we can have this debate eventually. Standard or PPR, which is the more which is the better format to play in, but we'll have that for another day.
PPR.
Yeah.
At least half point. I like half point, honestly. I think is the ideal.
Yeah.
All right. Curtis Samuel for me.
I'm going to go Curtis Samuel as well.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but in a standard format, I am going to go with Jamal Williams. He's been so incredibly involved, way more involved than I ever anticipated heading into the season. He's still getting touches, and not to mention, they're actually utilizing him and Aaron Jones on the field at the same exact time. So for that reason, I'm going to go ahead and say that Jamal Williams in a standard is my pick. Nick Bird, 14-team league. I feel your pain, brother, with no Thielen or DJ Chark. I mean, you got to get some other options there. I don't know. Go Stephanie from Chris Toy. Rock out Josh Allen or Goff. I think we already we answered.
No, I'm going Jared Goff.
Yeah.
I'm going Jared Goff too. Can I give you guys a piece of breaking news here real quick?
Yes.
More?
This is a more of a funny piece of news that I know you guys will appreciate. Phillip Rivers has more kids than he has wins this year, playoff wins, Pro Bowls, healthy teammates, offensive linemen, first team All Pros, rushing touchdowns, playoff years, memorable moments, and Charger fans.
I won't take this slander. I will not take this slander for old Phil. And you know what? His kids are tired of it. His kids are tired about everybody talking about this narrative. You know, they're just a number to you. Those children have names, and it's either Phil or Philippa. And for all 9 of them. We need to start realizing that we're talking about people here. We're not just talking about numbers. Okay, we're talking about a real hit to the old checking account, and I can tell you that. But Phil Riv I will not take this slander on his name.
Great post, man. That's a great post.
I will not take this slander. Did you repost that?
I'm about to, yeah.
Don't do it.
Right,
I veto it.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to say don't repost that. Do not disrespect the people.
All right.
Guy's a really nice guy in person, too. Real sweetheart.
You got
So by the way, for this, I've got Jared Goff. Dennis Steven, another question. Would you start Devontae Adams? Do you guys feel like he's fully healthy? I'm telling you what, he didn't look fully healthy to me last week, but if Adams is healthy, he still saw more than 10 targets last week. I feel like the numbers will eventually, his productivity and his efficiency will continue to climb as he continues to get healthier and healthier. You're definitely starting him if you have him, unless you have just loaded options at wide receiver.
They need him to perform because it's not getting done from the 2 and 3 spots there for the Packers, right? So Devontae Adams has to be the performer regardless of health. So I like Devontae Adams moving forward for sure.
I think he's been targeted like 26 times in the last 2 weeks or something crazy like that. So yeah, I mean, the targets are there. You got to start him.
Which is weird because the passing game was actually more efficient without Devontae Adams in the lineup. So they got to figure something out when he's readily available. We'll see, but you're starting him regardless. We already did mention talk about Matthew Stafford and him out and Jeff Driscoll getting the start. Just to touch on it again real quick, I feel like it definitely notches down the 2 wide receivers in Marvin Jones and Kenny Golladay by a significant margin. But again, unless you have solid other options, then especially with 6 teams on a bye this week, you're still okay to start them. I just don't feel as bullish without Stafford, who's been playing great this year.
I'm the complete opposite here. I think you hammer the Driscoll stock. Driscoll coming in reminds me of Ronnie Bass taking that first pressure in Remember the Titans and flipping the guy and then just balling out of control. Ronnie Bass equals Jeff Driscoll. It was written.
That's ballsy, Buck, but you know.
Sunshine. You can throw it a mile, but you can't pitch it 2 yards. Anyway. Leonidas, we got another question. Choose 3, full point PPR. Cup, Ridley, Pascal, or AJ Brown?
Cup, Pascal, Brown.
Yes, no hesitation on my part. Ridley's dead to me.
I mean,
I'm still hanging on. I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you.
I'm actually going to go Cup, Ridley, and AJ Brown, but majority rules here. So, Victor, defense streamers are tough this week. Lions or Bucks? You want to? Oh man, you want to take the chance on streaming the Bucks defense?
You got to go Lions. They're playing Mitch Trubisky. Mitch Trubisky is so bad.
I don't want to answer this question. Somebody throw Bucky a lifeline.
Oh, hit the ground there, boys. Hit the ground. I can't believe we were asked Bucks defense question there. Oh,
With the Bucks flag hanging in the background and everything.
Oh,
That's too
Lord.
good.
whew.
I will say this. If there is a team to start between these two options, it would be the Bucks. I do feel as if they can apply pressure. Hopefully they can get to a rookie quarterback that doesn't have a great offensive line in front of them. I mean, really the only guy that scares me in man coverage, Larry Fitzgerald, isn't going to beat you with his speed. That's what happened to the Bucks last week. They got torched by Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf, who both can just fly. Really, Christian Kirk's the only guy that I'm scared of as far as in the secondary being able to torch these corners. So it would be the Bucks defense I would stream given these two options.
I'd be scared of the sixth lineman that they're going to deploy out there, and they're going to say that he's eligible, and that guy could burn this secondary.
How could you confidently start the Bucks?
No, it's the Lions. I can't. I'm not. No.
Mitch
Just
Trubisky's got to be the worst quarterback in the league. I'd rather have Brian Hoyer than Mitch Trubisky right now as my starting quarterback.
I think they'll be able to run the football today.
Yeah, I agree with that.
For Chicago, I think they're going to be able to run the football. And the thing is, they're only going to ask Mitchie T to throw screen passes and 5-yard slants. I mean, you're going to see a very simplified playbook because this guy has no confidence whatsoever. I just feel as if the Bucks are going to dial up pressure, and I don't know if that offensive line is going to be able to handle it up front for the Arizona Cardinals. So that's why I'm going with them. Luke Rosenquist, Parker, Crowder, or Pascal in a full-point PPR?
Pascal.
I'm going to Devontae Parker.
Man, it's between those two for me. Pascal's got the better matchup. I'm going to go Pascal.
Let's roll it. Yeah,
Let's go, Bob.
I love
Let's
it
go,
when it's
baby.
Levy and Buck versus Tate. My favorite types of battles.
I lost. I died on the sword. Rolling out Ola BC Johnson is Chris Toy this week. Oh, dear God. I like it. BC. Yeah, that's not good. Victor, TJ Hawkinson or the Jackie Doyle?
The Hawk.
Nah, give me the seam route, bro. Give me the seam.
Doyle. Give me Doyle.
Doyle.
You forgot who's throwing him the football, right?
Did I win my Doyle bet last week? I did.
No, we called it even because he never caught a 20-yard seam, but he did catch a touchdown seam.
Okay. Fair.
We called it even. I called it even.
It would have, but think about it like this. If the end zone is pushed into infinity, he just got over that with the touchdown. Like it extends beyond the realm.
We can pick up this debate.
I want the $5.
Ryan Tannehill versus Chiefs. Daniel Jones versus the Jets, or Brian Hoyer versus the Dolphins. I mean, I can understand why you said Ryan Tannehill because these quarterback options, tough.
I'm not sure it was trying to be Tanny Hell. I think it's just a typo. It happens. It's 2019. Probably on your phone. Like I have fat old thumbs, so I do that stuff all the time. For me, this one I actually quite like Brian Hoyer. It's tough for me to say, but I have a feeling they're going to be throwing the ball, and I don't know. This is hard. This whole job is hard at times. Brian Hoyer for me, and it's not pretty.
Man, it's between Hoyer and Tannehill for me. Jones, no chance I'm playing that guy. God, this is ugly. I'm gonna go Tannehill because I think they're gonna have to throw the ball a lot. The Chiefs are gonna put up some points today.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that Derrick Henry get the ball first and just cram it down the Chiefs' throat. If Patrick Mahomes drops 3 touchdowns in the first half, they're going to be throwing to try to keep up. So for that reason, and the same thing on the flip side, the Colts are playing the Dolphins. I could easily see that being a low-scoring game, handing the ball to Marlon Mack a ton. I'm going to go with Tannehill. I think it's going to be a higher-scoring game there.
That's fair.
Jared Bolduck. We got Gallup or Sanders. I mean,
Emmanuel.
It's either Sanders over Gallup
or Miles.
Either of them. I'll take either of them.
Wait, are the Eagles are running a bye this week, so it is Emmanuel.
Yeah, you got a stack full of Sanders over there.
Thank you, Tate.
Whoopsie.
Galaxy brain.
It is Emmanuel Sanders for me, though.
No doubt. It's don't even be embarrassed about that. Why are you shaking your head over there? Sanders is a good player.
So here's a scenario that I'm currently in. I have David Johnson or Emmanuel Sanders. That's a legit debate at this juncture. The Bucks stop the run well, but DJ is going to be involved in the pass game. It's just, does he tweak something and he doesn't play? I have Emmanuel slotted in there right now.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
That's tough. It's tough because you're right. If he's active and God forbid he tweaks something again, I mean, you're basically going off of past experiences and you are kind of snake bitten by it. I'm still going to go with David Johnson if he's active. And he's missed quite a bit of time, so he should be close to fully healthy. And against the Bucks, that actually proved a little. I mean, they're still very good against the run. I think that David Johnson is going to do his work through the air. That's why I'm going to go with David Johnson over Emmanuel Sanders. So, even though Sanders two touchdowns in 2 weeks with his new team, so
he's liking it in the Bay Area. Levy, is he staying with you guys?
Oh yeah, I just got a nice new Murphy bed. He's staying with us. He's
Murphy bed. You upgraded from the cot.
No, I've gone through several air mattresses, and I've upgraded in my 30s to a Murphy bed. It's a new experience for me.
Oh, did you go to the Murphy bed store? You know that every large city has multiple Murphy bed stores. Like it just says Murphy beds.
What's a Murphy bed?
To be quite honest, Tate, I didn't know until one day I said, I'm sick of seeing these Murphy bed stores. What's the real deal here? Pulled into one, and then I learned. Levy, explain a Murphy bed to Tate.
A Murphy bed. Now we've got 3 minutes till our Hooters mild, medium, and hot picks. A Murphy bed, it looks like a dresser, like a chest, and you just open it up, and this bed just flies out of it. It's pretty cool.
Flops right out of it.
Flops right out.
They make them in all sorts of different ways. They're like hidden beds.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Patented by John Murphy.
Huh.
I'm not sure that it was. I knew that part. I have to imagine there's a Murphy patent on it though. Like,
Murphy bed, couch. I've heard of what? Never mind. I don't need to talk about. We got our mild, medium, and hot picks. We've got Brianna coming in hot. Hello, Brianna. How are you today?
Oh, we can't hear her.
Oh, we've got microphone issues, so we'll go ahead and give it just a second for the mild, medium, and hot picks. Stay with us, Brianna, but please just change the settings on the computer. We may be able to help walk you through the process. We can go ahead and remove Buck because he jumped off the stream. Let's go ahead and try you, Brianna. Do we have you microphone-wise? I hear paper shuffling.
Yes.
Hi.
Yeah, hi. How are you doing?
Guys? I'm
Fantastic.
good.
Fantastic. Do you have some mild, medium, and hot picks for us?
Yes, I do. So my mild pick is Marlon Mack. He's going to cost you $7,000 at Miami. He's only found the end zone 3 times so far this year, but he's carried the ball at least 18 times in 6 of 8 games. He's not catching passes, but he's a workhorse back with an opportunity to score multiple touchdowns in Week 10 against the Forest Dolphins defense.
Nice.
All right.
Who do we got for medium?
Pick, all right. Mark Ingram, $7,100 at Cincinnati. This price is way too low. Fresh off his first 100-yard game since Week 3, and against a tough Patriots defense, Ingram owners should be salivating at the opportunity to get him in their lineups in Week 10 against the league's worst Bengals rush defense. 20-plus touches should be a lock for Ingram this week.
Nice.
And my hot pick is David Montgomery, $5,300 versus Detroit. This offense has proven to be pretty terrible this year, but at least they finally figured out how to hand the ball to their best player on offense, David Montgomery. He's had 48 touches in the last 2 weeks, including 7 catches, while fighting Pater 3 times. With a lack of confidence in Mitch Trubisky, the Bears should lean on Montgomery again in Week 10.
Very nice, Brianna. Thank you. And actually, where can folks, obviously, other than just coming into their local Hooters, where can they find the Hooters calendar for the 2019 and 2020 year? Hooters calendar. I mean, like, you can go on Hooters.com, correct, and try to find some of the calendars and stuff of that nature.
Yeah, you can.
All right, thank you very much, Brianna. That was Brianna with the mild, medium, and hot picks coming in hot for the. We had mild Marlon Mack, medium Mark Ingram, hot David Montgomery. Bucky, what do you think of the picks? And by the way, are you a mild, medium, or hot sauce for your wings?
Hot sauce.
Just out of pure curiosity.
Hot sauce. I like to feel the burn.
I'm mild. I just like to go ahead and house as many as humanly possible. And if you put too much sauce on it, it prevents me from going over the top and, eating until I, can no longer continue to go.
Yeah, until you're rolling around.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Like, sometimes you eat a big meal, you feel like you just got to go roll around with your shirt off in some grass, like on your front lawn. That's something I actually used to do. I just like roll around in the grass with my belly out. Just to feel relief, man. And feel Mother Nature bless you with the sunshine.
How many times have you ever left an indent on the couch after eating a ton of wingy?
Every time I sit on a couch, regardless of what I've eaten.
Very nice. So we can go ahead. I'm crying right now. I'm crying right now too. Thank you for the compliment there. Nice try.
I do it for you. Nice try, 1996. So nice try.
Thank you, sir. And guys, of course, if this is your first time joining our live show, we do come at you every single NFL Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, if this is your first time coming across the show, please hit the subscribe button as well as the like button. We really appreciate any and all the support. We pick back up with the questions. Victor, pick 2, half-point PPR. Amari Cooper, Gallup, Robbie Anderson, Zach Pascal, or Sammy Watkins?
Coop and Bob.
Yes.
Yeah,
Same.
I'm going to go with Amari Cooper and Robbie Anderson as well. I like that.
What about Bob, baby?
So, no problem, Kelly. Thank you for hitting us with the question. Fredley, what's up, Fredley? Hi, guys. Derek Carr, Sam Darnold, Andy Dalton, or Daniel Jones at quarterback moving forward. He's going to drop the riff piece.
Fredley.
Buck's trying to get out of the frame again.
Fredley, what happened to Jameis? You told me on Instagram this week when you slid into my DMs that you were going for Jameis. I approved that.
Yeah, I definitely approve of Jameis sighting. This one's hard.
This is
Jones.
tough.
It's Carr. It's Carr.
Yeah.
Don't call a man out that reaches out via DM. Don't give him blast over the airwaves.
That's no blast, man. I enjoy interacting with Fredley.
You want to have that confidentiality if they reach out via DM.
True.
Fredley's my buddy, so watch out. All right. So Fredley and I go way back. So relax, both of you.
You should see me trying to send a package to Fredley. I've been trying to send Fredley a T-shirt from Fantasy Focus for like 6 weeks, and I can't figure out how to mail something to Puerto Rico because I'm an idiot. But someday it'll get there.
For me, this is Derek Carr. I know that the schedule lines up real well for Sam Darnold, but for me, it's still going to be Derek Carr.
Yes.
By far playing the best. And yeah, Andy Dalton, I don't know how Dalton wound up in this conversation. He's on the bench today, baby.
Plus, Darnold's out there getting mono. I don't think Carr has the same problem.
Seems like a wholesome dude.
Mm-hmm.
Browns D or Giants D? From Nice Try 1996.
I'll go Browns D today.
Browns D. Bills are it's tipsy-turvy, topsy-turvy, whatever the rule is. I guess for me, usually tipsy-turvy. But it's just there's no consistency with the Bills offense, so I'm going to go with the Browns.
We have a question. Man, there are so many Zach Pascal questions today. Is he still a good play versus the Miami Dolphins? I think the simple answer to this question is anybody that is playing the Miami Dolphins, regardless of position, is a favorable matchup. So if you're in a pinch at wide receiver and Pascal's been playing well, I feel confident starting him in my lineup unless you have better options.
I'm fine starting Pascal. I got him starting in one of my PPR lineups, without a doubt. I'm
going Pascal over Parker too in that scenario. There,
he's definitely a starter this week. But a lot of you have really good questions where he's fringe compared to some of your options.
Right.
But I by no means am I scoffing at putting in Zach Pascal. He's been a productive player, came out of nowhere, and he's looking good.
JT86TN, thank you for joining us. 2 QB league, 6 points per passing touchdown, and 1 point per 10 yards passing. Need to stream one this week. Process that information when filtering out this decision. Darnold, Fitz, or Hoyer. Also Diggs or Crowder in a full point PPR. So
Darnold.
Quarterback first. You said Darnold?
Sammy D.
I'm going to go with Sammy D as well here.
I think it's going to be a back and forth one, that match. I keep saying that. I'm stuck in soccer mode. That game.
I like the matchup against the secondary of the Giants. So
yeah, that's fair. I'm going to go Hoyer, though.
And then Diggs or Crowder in a full point PPR. I'm going Diggs. Yeah.
Stephon. By the way, that great avatar of Florida State's future head coach, apparently.
Yes.
Prime time. What do you? Oh man, I don't know.
Well, that's a different show for a different day.
Yeah, I agree. Judson Van Warp. What up, Judd?
Oh,
Gallup
Judd.
or Calvin Ridley. Both have tough matchups. I'm going to go Michael Gallup.
Ridley's dead to me.
I'm going to stick with my guy, my man's Calvin Ridley. I can't get away from him, man. He just keeps pulling me back in.
Going down with the ship.
He sends the right emojis that really just hit the heartstrings.
Leonidas, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Leonidas.
Yeah, thank you, Leonidas. Edit 718. Full point PPR pick 2. Odell, Allen Robinson. I'm assuming this is Rude Boy Bob Woods, and then Marvin Jones Jr. I don't like the matchup against Tre'Davious White, but Odell has to be in there for me. And then the matchup and everything points to Rude Boy Bob. But Allen Robinson's having a very good season despite the ineptitude of what's going on under center there in Chicago. And he's got a nice matchup, but I am going to go with Rude Boy Bob. I don't trust Mitchell Trubisky whatsoever.
It's Woods and Robinson for me.
Me too. I'm going Woods. I'm going Robinson.
Yeah, Bucky, come on in.
You're sitting Odell.
I'm sitting Odell because, like I said, I have fear that he's going to get tapped out in the first quarter and we're not going to hear from him again. He's going to throw a fit. He's going to have to change his cleats 6 different times to get something that's playable. I mean, the guy, it's always something. It's truly just a mockery of so many different things every week. There's an issue with the guy. He brings it all in himself too. I know my tune has changed, or my tone has changed a little bit from the beginning of the show. As the show's gone on, I've seen him tweet like 2 different things. Like, this guy's all over social media. He's a joke.
That may be the case, but like I mentioned before, I think that there's a lot of flack and a lot of heat in the kitchen when it comes to Freddie Kitchens over there in Cleveland right now.
Oh, I see what you did.
I did. Yep.
He's not a joke. It's just like, I hate all the little gimmicks that add up to this guy. It's like, it's frustrating, man. Just play football. You're so damn good at it.
I just think they're going to overcompensate for all the backlash that they've gotten in the media this week. I think that we're going to see a nice game from Odell Beckham Jr.
Fair.
I'm giving it one more, even though the matchup, though, Tre'Davious White can play. But Odell is Odell. I'm hoping he'll prove me right. Nice try, 1996. Dak or Kyler? Kyler with a great matchup, but Dak's been damn good all year. I can't sit Dak Prescott. I'm gonna go with Dak.
It depends what your record is, man. If you're playing, you need the win. You're going ballsy here. I'm going Kyler.
Yeah, if you need the win, like deep down, you really have to get a win to be in a playoff contention or maybe seal the deal. I'm going Kyler. However, if you're riding high, start Dak.
Yeah,
like if you can give a game, I just feel like Dak is going to have like a 19-point game.
Yes.
And sure, Kyler can go out there against a terrible secondary and put up 27. The upside's higher, but I feel like the base is just better and more consistent with Dak Prescott. So it just depends on your scenario, but just looking at it from a lens of I'm not sure what's going on, it's just a toss-up.
Right.
I'm going to go with your gut and start the guy with the bigger upside, Kyler Murray.
I agree that if you're trying to hit a single, go with Dak. If you're trying to hit a home run, go with Kyler.
Gents, sadly, I have to leave the show early. Good luck to you all. BO, I see your comment in there, reminding me of my 0.6 point loss to you last week. Appreciate it. Good luck this week in week 10.
All right, the show goes on, though. With or without you,
does go on. Bye, Levy.
Oh, get out of here.
Thanks.
Tampa
Throw him in
Bay.
the bathroom. Throw him in the bathroom. Get out of here, Levy.
He's actually going to do something very cool, though. Like, it's one of those invitation-only type things. He's going to hit golf balls at AT&T Park out there where the Giants play. So that's pretty sweet. I mean, I can't fault the man.
I mean,
the show comes first, and I would never personally do this.
Levy's swing could probably clear the old bay there, though.
All right, we have a lot of questions.
Yeah, I know.
So we're
I
gonna
know.
have to wrap it up.
All right, so here we go.
And I'm gonna slice in the humor where I can, but it might be few and far between.
We got Raymond. Is Bills defense a good play today versus the Browns? I think absolutely.
Yeah, turnover city, population, back foot Baker Mayfield.
So I'm fine. And the other options you mentioned, I'm going with the Bills defense. Look, Baker Mayfield and the Browns just can't seem to get it right.
Damian Williams.
Yeah, so right here. Okay, so we got Calvin Ridley, Golden Tate, or Damian Williams in the flex. I'm going to go with Damian Williams. I kind of agree with that. Sean a.k.a. Little Boy. We got Mark DeAngelis. So we got Robert Woods stacked with Goff or Christian Kirk, standard 6 points per touchdown, 3-point bonus for 8 receptions.
I'll go with the stack is nice, but Christian Kirk should have a really good game.
If there's one weapon on the Arizona Cardinals for as far as pass catchers go that I see giving this secondary significant issues, I do think it is Christian Kirk. So I am going to go with Kirk over Rude Boy Bob in this situation. We got a question from, well, hold on. I just lost my man, sorry about that. Kel Robichaux.
Kel, what's up, buddy?
Great day for football. Hope you gentlemen are doing well. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day for a neighbor. Anyway, we got Ronald Jones versus Arizona or Marlon Mack against Miami. I mean, the Browns, I don't think they're winning today. I think it's the Bills all day. Go Tigers. Yeah, that big win last night.
It seems like a Billish loss game, though. And I called it with the Eagles game. I feel a Billish loss coming. Maybe I'm Bill Stradamus.
Bill Stradamus. I like that. For the two decisions, or for the two running backs, so I'm going Marlon Mack. I like that Rojo got 18 carries last week, and he's been named the starter. Definitely bodes well. It's even a good matchup against the Arizona run defense unit, but it's still Marlon Mack for me.
Agreed. Yep.
All right, so here we go. Got to catch up on these questions. Thank you for hitting us with all these questions. This is amazing, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, this has been a wonderful bounce back week.
Yeah, it's a big bounce. Hey, we had a bad week last week, but you know what? Time change. I think
the calls were good. The players we wanted were good for the most part. It was just not enough questions. We've been overwhelmed with questions. So thank you and love each and every one of you. We're going to get to these questions.
Keep firing away. We got Luke, Daniel Jones, or Sam Darnold this week. We're going a little bit of hot rapid fire.
Darnold.
Yeah, Darnold for me as well. Jose Vega, Greg Olsen, Gerald Everett, or Jimmy Graham in a full point PPR.
Like Greg Olsen.
I'm going to go with Greg Olsen as well. Sorry if we're going a little bit quick, but we're way behind. DM, thank you for joining us. Allen Robinson, Tyler Boyd, or Zach Pascal?
Ooh, this is a great question here.
First Tyler Boyd sighting.
I think I'm going to go Pascal, but it's so close between the three of these players. Take whatever's in your heart. To be honest with you, I don't think any of us are going to be able to sway you one way or the other. I think each of these players is right at the exact same spot.
Allen Robinson's the best. No disrespect to Boyd or Pascal. He's the best player of this bunch. I know. Basically, it's put up or shut up time for Mitchell Trubisky. So it's been that for a while. But this week, if they lose to the Lions with Driscoll under center, that Chicago market is just going to call for his head. Nick Bird, Mike Gesicki, or Jonnu Smith. I'm actually going to go Mike Gesicki here, Buck. Oh, wow. No Preston Williams, career high in yardage with 91 last week. Seems to be vibing with Ryan Fitzpatrick ever since he's been under center.
He loves his tight ends. Loves his tight ends. Mike Gesicki.
And then Rex Specs.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, but that was a pretty good moment.
Quick Buck, lemon pepper, or Cajun flavored wingy.
Cajun, but I love lemon pepper with the freeze cup.
Bo, thanks for joining us. Looking good. I mean, Bucky's looking good. My hair could use some work. Tim Westby. Juju is possibly the bust of the year, but he's asking Bills or Colts defense worried the Browns get it together today. Personally, I've actually seen some things that I like from Ryan Fitzpatrick and the Miami offense. They're basically playing on house money. The Browns can't get out of their own way. So I'm going to go with the Bills defense.
Bills.
Hard to imagine saying that right now, though. Iman, or is it Amon?
That's Amon.
Amon.
Okay. Amon.
It could be. We need phonetic spelling. Manuel Sanders or Kenny Galladay.
Is that a mini beer in like a fingerprint? That's interesting.
I mean,
in my brain, I like to think that's a beer. So I'm going to go with Emmanuel Sanders because I know who the quarterback is. It's one of the best looking men. He could be a GQ model. He probably already has been, maybe in the spare time. Do all sorts of Gucci ads. So I'm going to go Emmanuel Sanders here because Galladay, just Jeff Driscoll, who might be the second coming. But I'm going to go with Emmanuel. I'm going to go with the known quantity here, and that's Emmanuel Sanders.
2 touchdowns in 2 weeks for Emmanuel Sanders. I'm going to go with Emmanuel Sanders, ride with him again against a Seahawks secondary that gave up a bunch of yards to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So here we are trying to scroll down, find the next question. So we got Brian Oliver, TJ Hawkinson, or OJ Howard BO. Thanks for joining us. Who do you got here? I mean, OJ Howard's back, but man, I mean, you talk about fantasy bus. He's been awful this year.
I'm going with TJ the Hawk Hawkinson.
I'm going to go Hawk. I just haven't seen anything worth warning a starting spot for OJ Howard in 2019.
First round pick. Can't even get a pass thrown his way. It's a joke.
Nathan K, thank you for joining us. Thanks for all that you do with hitting us with questions. Would you play Landry or Darius Slayton over Jones Jr. and Galladay today?
No.
Over both? I mean, I wouldn't mind.
Landry, I could see in there. Like, I would play Landry over Jones Jr.
Yeah, I would definitely. I don't want to start both Lions wide receivers today. I mean, if you're saying either or, though, I would still actually take the Lions receivers. If you had to pick one out of these 4, I would go with Kenny Galladay out of all 4 of these options. I mean, I know Slayton's a nice big play option, but I don't trust Daniel Jones right now. So for that reason, I am going to go. If you had to mix it up, though, I would
Galladay,
go
Landry.
Yeah, Landry. Yep.
Yeah.
Dab Wizard. More questions. Yeah, definitely more questions than last week. Dab. Luke Rosenquist. Yeah, Trubisky ruined my blank.
Everything. He ruined his everything.
That is a great fill in the blank. Trubisky ruined mine, and then that's got to be something that goes viral. Streaming defensive special teams options this week.
Whatever's out there.
Yeah, throw a couple out there. We don't know what your league is like, and we're certainly not going to just start firing off. We got to get to these questions. Foxtrot, thanks for joining us. I have Emmanuel Sanders. Should I start him over Kenny Galladay? Yes, this week. Eric Fala, thanks for joining us, man. Good morning. I've got 2 questions up first. I have Diggs, Drake, Crowder, and Damian Williams in the flex. Who do you got?
Damian Williams. No Shady McCoy.
Damian Williams. Yeah, I mean, a healthy scratch, by the way, if you're just now joining us, healthy scratch is Shady McCoy. So if you have Damian Williams, you got to feel confident starting him today. Nehemiah, Jared Cook, or TJ Hawkinson for me, easily Jared Cook. You got Drew Brees throwing him the rock as opposed to the likes of Jeff Driscoll.
I believe in the second coming, JD. Hawkinson.
Cram it up your cram hole, LaFleur. Unfortunately, ever since I said that about Matt LaFleur, he's got the Packers off to a great start this year. Great. Eric Fala. Now, second one, Drew Brees or Lamar, both against sister. Can't go wrong here early. I'm going Lamar Jackson. You can't sit Lamar.
I start Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, you can't sit Lamar Jackson right now. As much as I like Drew Brees, and he's certainly solid, I mean, that upside with Lamar Jackson, just on his rushing totals every week, is just through the roof. Chad Barrows, thanks for joining us. We've got full point PPR, Fitzgerald, Cohen, Latavius Murray, or Kareem Hunt.
Oh, man, he's down in the doldrums. He's out. He's in the swamp. He doesn't even have mud boots on. He's got bare feet digging into that mud, just scraping for whatever's out there. Believe it or not, Tate, I'm going to say Kareem Hunt. Let's roll the dice. Full point PPR. I think Kareem Hunt gets involved. I think he has 8 touches in this game, and I think he makes the most out of them.
Yeah, I'd rather take Latavius Murray if we're taking a backup running back here of all those 3 running backs. But again,
I don't think Lat Murray's even going to be I think it's going to be a nice split the way it was with Ingram.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I feel confident in the split.
I feel confident in Kareem getting some love. Nick Chubb's fumbling the ball.
Which offense is more productive, though? And if we're taking a shot at a running back scoring a touchdown on his limited touches as the second fiddle to another player in the backfield, that's why I feel a little bit more comfortable with Latavius Murray. But that being said, I'm going Larry Fitzgerald in the flex in a full point PPR against a Tampa Bay secondary that has been torched. I get he's not for whatever reason, he's not heavily involved in this offense, but the other options, I just don't get the warm and fuzzies about any of them. They're all second fiddle to other running backs. So for that reason, that's why I'm going Fitz.
No. You make a really good point, and the way that you're able to twist logic into reality for my brain is very helpful, and I can only feel it helps our listeners.
Oddly enough, I was a crap salesman though. That's why I went into the broadcasting, baby. I'm trying to convince people. Yeah, sleek, half point PPR, AJ Brown, Marquise, Hollywood Brown, or Robbie Anderson.
Very good question. Very tough question. I'm going to say Robbie Anderson. If it was full point, I might go AJ Brown, but I'm going to go Bob Anderson here.
I'm going Hollywood. Half point PPR means you're not getting the full requisite. I mean, we would all agree that Hollywood Brown is the same deep threat that Robbie Anderson is. And he's going against that Cincinnati Bengals secondary, which is absolute garbage. And I trust Lamar Jackson the way that he's playing football right now to get him a deep ball more so than Sam Darnold. So nothing against A.J. Brown. I like A.J. Brown a lot too. Tannehill, Raymond. So Devontae Parker over Tyler Boyd in a standard format. 100% in the standard. I think Parker has a better chance to score a touchdown than Tyler Boyd.
Yep. Devontae Parker here for me.
Got another question. It looks like controversial or controversial. My apologies. It looks like controversial when you first look at it. I had to actually sound it out. Pick one. A.J. Brown, Cole Beasley, or the first time we've seen a Josh Reynolds sighting with no Brandon Cooks today.
You can scratch Josh Reynolds from consideration on this. It's A.J. Brown.
For me, it's A.J. Brown as well. No,
you got the reconnaissance going on. Come on.
Reconnaissance. Yeah. All right, nice try. DFS question. I've been playing single game tourneys, and I'm always like 10 points from the top 10. Well, I mean, we need the question. Mark DeAngelis. I thought Murphy Bed was hidden into a wall.
It can be. It's evolved, as have the storefronts across all of Middle America.
Nice try. He was trying to ask, should I switch to cash games?
Honestly, I like the cash game element better.
So
a tournament is just, you got to figure, especially when you have like max 18 entries, there are many, many players that are maxing out with 18 entries in that tournament.
Right.
Like you're just at a disadvantage going into that. Like if I'm playing a tournament, I like one entry tournaments because that should be the reflection of you in that current matchup against others. I like the cash game element. I prefer it. It's tough. It's really, really tough because everything seems to be a little bit more chalky, and figuring out where to make your plays is much more difficult, especially with all the analyzers out there that are the aggregators, Tate, that can spit out like optimal lineups and whatnot. It just tends to be very similar across the board.
Agreed. Aggregators.
Aggregators.
Manny Sanders, Juju, Kirk, Larry Fitz, or Devontae Parker in a PPR.
Just one of these? Emmanuel Sanders. Oh, Christian Kirk. I didn't see him. He snuck Kirk in there.
Yeah, I'm going Kirk. I'm going
Christian Kirk.
Secondary.
He's got Vern on him.
King Lucky King. Thank you for joining us.
Bell.
You all named me your king. I never wanted it. I never asked for it. Le'Veon Bell agreed over David Johnson this week. Brian Oliver just wanted to remind Lee. Oh, yeah, we already saw that. Levy gave you a shout out. Ryan Huang. Need 2 out of 3. Half point PPR. Josh Gordon, Ted Ginn, Auden Tate. Appreciate your work and help. Appreciate you joining us, Ryan. Bucky, what do you got on these 3?
Roll the dice on Josh Gordon and Auden Tate.
I'm actually going to go Ted Ginn and Auden Tate. I just don't know what Josh Gordon's involvement is going to be this week. And that San Francisco pass defense, good Lord, they just put it on everybody. Chris Toy, Jameis, or Jameis Winston, or Drew Brees.
I'm going to go Brees. I can't start Jameis over Brees.
There's, as much as I like the matchup with Arizona, I trust Brees way more at this point in the season. You never know when Winston's going to have one of those 3 or 4 game turnover performances. So Fred Lee, Winston was in the other league. Michael Johnson, thank you for joining us. Gurley, Juju, or Samuels in a PPR as the flex option. They play each other today. It's got to be Gurley. It's got to be Gurley.
You have to start Todd Gurley. Michael, stick with your guns, my friend. Stick with those guns.
It's so tough because Gurley's not involved whatsoever in the passing game this year. So it's either like touchdown or bust. And when you're not getting as many touches, I get why it's a question. But that being said, I can't start those other 2 options over Todd Gurley. Shane King, thank you for joining us. Rate these movies best to worst. We can do this.
This is an important question. This is a very important question.
It's a heater.
All right. Number 1 is Cool Runnings. Cool Runnings is as perfect of a sports movie as you can get. It's charming. It's hilarious. You have the Lucky Egg. You have Irv Blitzer, who is one of the best characters that John Candy's ever played. He was a phenomenal coach in that, and all the tumultuous stuff that was going on behind the scenes with him fixing those bobsled matches. I mean, really twisted stuff. You know, he threw a match, threw the race, and he's a cheater. But he makes this comeback, and it's such a great movie. I'm going to go Cool Runnings, number 1. Little Giants, very close, number 2. Little Giants is all time, and the intimidation scene where the kid is pumping himself up in the mirror, foaming at the mouth. I mean, that's one of the funniest things. Don't you be talking about my mama. Like, one of the funniest scenes in all cinema. And then D2, I like that he went with D2 and not just the original Mighty Ducks here. But D2, I mean, it's compelling. You have the knuckle puck introduction, international play, which is just a brand new world for all of us here as as hockey plebeians. But D2 is great. It was not as nearly as good as D1, in my opinion. Ooh. And Space Jam was just not a good movie.
Look, I've got Space. I'm going to go best to worst as well, as you asked for, Shane King. I'm going to go Little Giants 1. Little Giants is absolute classic for me. So many quotable pieces in all of these movies.
Like Spike's dad is such a great character in that movie. Like he has his son with a refrigerator strapped to his back. He's supposed to be 11 years old.
Who's Spike's lead blocker? I mean, there's just so much. I knew you'd see it my way. Actually, I hate your way. And then also, like, I bet you were a great class projectionist, Danny. Anyway, point is,
man, that's so rough.
Little Giants, Junior Floyd, Becky the Icebox O'Shea. That's number 1 for me. D2 actually comes in at number 2. I mean, we got our introductions to Julie the Cat Gaffney, Luis Mendoza, the man can straight fly, can't stop worth a darn. I mean, and then I've got Cool Runnings at 3 and Space Jam at 4, even though I loved Michael Jordan and Wayne Knight, excuse me. Wayne Newton. We got to move on.
I love Wayne Knight.
Goldmine 85. We're running. So we got about another 10, 15 minutes of questions. We got to get caught up. Goldmine 85, pick 2, Baker Mayfield, Hoyer, Finley, Driscoll. He's dead serious, unfortunately.
Hoyer and Mayfield. Hoyer and Driscoll. Roll the dice. Roll it. Roll them.
I'm going Hoyer automatically, and then I'm giving it one more week. I can't believe you know what? Actually, I'm going Driscoll as well. I'm not falling into the Baker Mayfield trap anymore. I've said drop his ass since like week 3.
Yes,
drop him, and give Driscoll a chance. We know Driscoll can run. That's one thing we know from the boy from University of Florida. He could tuck it down and take care of business himself. Randy Hall, thanks for joining us. Watkins, Kirk, or Fitzgerald, full point PPR. For me, Christian Kirk.
Chris
Quintero. Let me guess. This is a standard question.
Yeah.
Standard question for Christopher Quintero. Galladay, Mixon, Breda, or Jonnu Smith? Kind of interesting.
I'm actually going to go Joe Mixon.
I'm going to go Joe Mixon as well. I don't know. Maybe a new quarterback under center gives this offense a little bit of life. I mean, the quarterback can't block for him, though. The offensive line is terrible there in Cincinnati and ruining any chance Joe Mixon had at a running back 1 campaign in 2019. But Corey Catcher, Hawkinson versus the Bears, Everett versus Steelers. And then, of course, defense question, Jets or Steelers, defensive special teams.
TJ Hawkinson?
Jets. Yeah, sorry, Giants versus the Jets defense.
Oh, Giants versus Jets.
My bad. We need to sometimes.
I would go Giants and Hawkinson.
Same, Giants and Hawkinson. Sam Darnold's been turning the ball over way too much.
Optimus Prime time, love it.
Like it. Goldmine 85 convinced me to start Balaj in my flex. I'm not going to convince you to start a running back that's been averaging 2 yards per carry the entire season.
He's gonna get 18 carries. There's the convincing.
That's it. Who should I start? Cousins or Allen from Will Hayes?
Allen.
I'm going Kirk Cousins.
I wish that I wouldn't have said Allen.
It's probably a big mistake, but
that might be the Bills and the beer.
Jordan Windsor, half point PPR, Jonnu or Jason Witten.
I'm gonna go Jonnu Smith.
Same. They're going to have to throw the ball all over the yard, I imagine. And Jonnu Smith had at least one big game with Tannehill under center.
But I love the spelling here. It's like Jonnu Smith. Soft A's, soft J's, Jonnu.
Go try this thing called yogging. Nice try, 1996. Fire Freddie Kitchens. I 100% agree. I'm surprised it didn't happen this week after the loss to Denver. Sleek, Crowder, John Brown, or Kenny Golladay?
Ooh, Kenny Golladay.
John Brown for me.
For me, just Golladay, I understand. You get the backup quarterback, the second coming of Jeff Driscoll, the Driscoll-naissance. Driscoll-naissance. That's pretty good. I still have faith in Kenny Golladay. Kenny Golladay is one of the elite receivers in this league. I have faith that he'll be able to be distributed the football appropriately.
For me, John Brown has been an underrated wide receiver 2 all year, and he's the one of these two options that didn't lose their starting quarterback. So for that reason, I'm going with John Brown. But another question, Eric Ebron or Jonnu Smith? For me, Eric Ebron is losing out on snaps at an alarming rate to Jack Doyle, and Jonnu Smith with no Delaney Walker. I think it's an easy decision, Jonnu Smith for me.
Yeah, Jonnu. It's Jonnu Smith moving forward. Tate, please get the
damn it
alliteration proper.
Foxtrot, Sanders with Kittle out or Kenny G with Driscoll in?
Sanders over Golladay. That's the one trump card that you can pull right now. That's like the third question like that we've gotten. So thank you, Foxtrot.
And then we got King Rock Kid. I don't know. I'm feeling Kareem Hunt ruins the Bills' game plan. Can't stop Chubb and Hunt. Do you agree with this? You're a Bills fan. They're going to be able to slow these two down?
Can't stop Chubb and Hunt. Yeah, we can. So the Bills are going to play a solid game here today. My friend, Kid Rock King. The only thing that's going to be rocking is the folks back in Buffalo. A lot of good action out there at the bars today. Let me tell you that.
One of the best experiences I had in Chicago was the Bills bar in the Chi-Town.
Any city in America that has a Bills backers bar, Tate, I implore any fan of any team. I know we're going long, but I'm having such a good time doing this. We're just going to answer everything we got. But it's worth this speech. Any city in America, look up your local Bills backers bar. If you want to just have a great afternoon of fun, friendship, family, and just overall good feelings, go to the Bills backers bar because it's amazing. It's seriously, it's unlike anything else in the world. It's nuts.
We got Jordan Windsor. I fully support that, by the way. Was wearing a Bucks jersey as I went to the Bills bar, and we just sat.
We were best friends.
Oh, best friends, man. It was a fantastic time, and I believe the Bills came out on top in that game.
And if you like taking shots,
oh yeah,
they will make sure you've had your fill of shots. Every time you turn around at a Bills bar, someone's handing you a shot. It's awesome.
Yeah, a new drinking game that I discovered this Thursday Night Football, listening to Joe Buck call a game. If you want to get blacked out by halftime, have a shot every time that Joe Buck says pass is caught, and you will not make it to halftime without falling asleep. Jordan Windsor, Ronald Jones, or DK Metcalf in a half-point PPR. For me, it's Rojo.
It is Rojo here. Requisite touches.
Raymond, thanks you guys for the advice. Good luck. Good luck to you as well, my friend. Nice try, 1996. You guys are awesome. My girl hates football but loves us. She loves Buck. So, but thank you very much. Nice try. And tell the girl thank you very much as well. Tyler,
thank you. Appreciate the love.
Tyler Dessel. We've got Devontae Parker, Kirk, or Hollywood Brown. I'm going Christian Kirk.
Christian Kirk.
Bucky. Beer pretzel or jalapeno poppers from Kel Robichaux?
So if there's like a raspberry dipping sauce, jalapeno poppers. If the raspberry dipping sauce or some sort of fruit-based dipping sauce is out of the equation, it's beer pretzel. They're both phenomenal choices, and I think they're both very valid.
I'm going beer pretzel.
Step away for 1 second here. I have a
go ahead. I'll start rattling off real quick. Peter Orozco. Thanks for joining us again. Who should I start in a standard league? Marquise Brown, A.J. Brown, or Juju Smith-Schuster? For me, it is going to be Hollywood Brown going against that Cincinnati secondary. Personally, I think he's going to pop a big one. It's been a long time since we've seen a huge game from Hollywood Brown. I think this week is the week against that Cincinnati secondary. Jesse Torres, thanks for joining us. Who to flex? Todd Gurley, Jamal Williams, Michael Gallup, or DJ Moore? For me, it's still going to be Todd Gurley, even though it's hard to trust Todd Gurley because we don't know what type of workload he's going to get on a week-to-week basis. But for me, Todd Gurley, still trust him this week over those options.
Going back, now my mind is on jalapeno poppers. So I think I might have to find a little bit of a stress test on a kitchen somewhere because I need some by 1 o'clock. So I'm just shouting it out. Jalapeno poppers. You got to have the raspberry dipping sauce.
And then I don't know if this is the real Sidney Crosby, but if it is, hello, Sid the Kid.
It is. That is Sidney Crosby. You could tell because that's like the OG Penguins logo.
Without Matthew Stafford this week, he's changing to Galladay to John Brown. I think that's the right move.
That's fine. That's totally fine.
Right move. We don't know what to expect from Jeff Driscoll. But one thing we can't say, John Brown has put up at least 50 yards every single week. I think he's the safer play, given the two options. Nick Bird, favorite style of beer, hashtag milk stout season.
I don't prefer the stouts, but I got to say, I'm just a light beer man. I just wanted to mix up my Sunday because lately I've been on this show and I drink like 4 light beers. I'd rather just have a couple of Ballast Point Sculpins. And so for me, it's light beer. I'm a light beer man, but I appreciate the input. And milk stouts, I'll do one, but it has to be when I'm eating like a breakfast food or something like that. I don't like them when I'm just casually sipping and watching some sports.
I'm an IPA guy myself, Nick. So that's my go-to generally when I'm going out. If they have a nice IPA on draft, that's exactly. So Fredley, hopefully Levy can mail that shirt to Puerto Rico. I hope so too, my friend.
We can get it done, pal. We'll figure it out. I think I'm probably closest, so we'll figure all that out.
Jesse Torres, Carson versus the 49ers, or Singletary or Ronald Jones?
Ooh.
That is a legitimate question. That is very, 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 very tough. I mean, I think you ride with the horses that got you there.
Carson.
But if you need to hit a home run, Devin Singletary's the guy.
That guy. There he is again.
Gotta let it rip. Dad Wizard, Russell Wilson or Matty Ice?
Wilson.
There's no way you can sit Russell Wilson right now.
You have to keep starting him. That's not even a question. Come on, pal.
No, against the 49ers, you're tempted, but I'm still going to roll with Russ.
Agreed.
Calvin Ridley or John Brown in a PPR.
John Brown.
I've been banging that John Brown drum. I'm going to continue to do so.
I don't want to work. I just want to bang on the John Brown drum all day.
Yeah. Gregory Rowe. Row your boat. Full point PPR. Pick 2. Boyd, Ridley, Beasley. I'm going Boyd and I'm going Ridley.
Boyd and Ridley, only because Beasley's it's too up and down. I can't take it anymore.
I don't know. It's tough to keep up with, so we don't know what Buck said that was well thought.
That was on the 4 movies. That was on the 4 movies, but there's a comment just beneath this. I want you to read that one. Prepare to lose views because I said Space Jam was bad. No, that's my opinion, okay? And I welcome all opinions on this show from all of our listeners. Okay, I'm an accepting person. This is 2019. I don't have a choice but to be accepting of your opinions out there. And I want you to accept my opinions. Space Jam, not a good movie. Just not a good movie. It's not like a rewatchable movie. You watch it 20 years later, you're like, this movie stinks. It truly does stink. Like
you're being a little critical of it.
The only good part is when the little alien kid at the beginning tells his parents, don't bring me here anymore, all right? He's a little jerk. And then he turns into a Monstar? Like that? Come on. You just steal Horace Grant's mojo, and all of a sudden you're an all-star Monstar? Look, there's a lot of plot holes. I don't want to get into it. Obviously, we're juxtaposing reality with a animated world, so it's just one of those things where it's really hard to ascertain where we are currently as a society inside the microcosm that is Space Jam. And I guess that's just my preliminary beef with the film. And we won't lose viewers, by the way, because when people hate things, they actually hate it, and then it becomes it's like a tractor beam where I pull them in with the hate. It's like the It's like the Empire in Star Wars. Tate. All right, let's finish all this up.
Star Wars, The Mandalorian, Django, or Boba Fett. I'm going with the OG. I'm going with Boba.
No, Jango Fett's the OG.
Yeah, but. I mean, the first one I ever was exposed to was Boba Fett. So, Gregory Rowe, full point PPR, Ebron, Irv Smith Jr., Jonnu Smith, or
Gesicki.
Going with Gesicki as well.
I feel like that's
Oh, Janu's tough, or Yanu. Tough to overlook Yanu
Hey,
here.
don't you feel like that's an upcoming Bravo reality series going with Gesicki? Like a dating show with Mike Gesicki? And I apologize if he's already married with a beautiful family, but going with Gesicki. Going steady with Gesicki. I love
Going
that.
steady with Gesicki. Yeah, we need to hashtag that. Tim West, we need to OBJ, Golden Tate, John Brown. For me, it's OBJ and John Brown.
OBJ, John Brown. Yep.
All right, we got Sid the Kid back on, asking another question. Thank you for, spending some time with us this morning, Sydney. Zach Pascal or John Brown?
John Brown. He's been too darn consistent, man.
John Brown, agree as well. Risky move starting Chubb today? No. Roll with Nick Chubb. Ride the horses that got you there. There's
Deploy all Chubbs.
Cream hunt. Don't be
Deploy
scared.
all Chubbs.
All right, they're going to be rocking from the battery rams. So here we go. Will Hayes, Jalen Samuels, David Singletary.
It's Devin Singletary. There's a lot.
Or David Montgomery.
Fat fingers again. So this is Jalen Samuels and Devin Singletary. I don't trust David Johnson right now. I know you do, so you're probably going to differ.
I am going to differ. I'm going to go Jalen Samuels and David Johnson.
Okay.
Which is I want to go with Singletary. I want to see him do it one more week.
Okay.
So real Sid here.
All right, we got to wrap up because I do.
I know.
Line up myself.
Dang tots. Forgot Pat's on a bye. Need to fill in Browns, Pack, Lions, or Vikings. Defense.
Packers.
I'm going Packers.
Packers.
Packers defense again. I mean, they're facing off against Christian McCaffrey, which scares the hell out of me.
All right, last 5 questions. Let's rattle them off real quick. Ty Johnson, Cole Beasley, Tyler Boyd. For me, this one is Tyler Boyd.
Going Tyler Boyd as well. Mark, thank you for joining us. Matt Ryan or Josh Allen?
Matt Ryan.
Yeah, I'm going to go Matt Ryan as well.
Yep.
All right. Nice try, 1996. How do you get a shirt? So, girl wants a Bucks shirt. Now, we were doing some trivia, which we're going to probably bring back within the next couple of weeks. If you answer a trivia question, we were going to go ahead and send you a shirt through the mail. Having a little trouble sending that thing to Puerto Rico, but again, we'll try. Nice try. Go ahead and hit us in the DMs on Instagram. You can find us at Fantasy Focus, and we can kind of find a way to get you a T-shirt. So, Lance, Dryland, PPR, Odell, or Singletary?
It's Devin Singletary. I can't start Odell Beckham over him.
Yeah, right now, I imagine Singletary is going to see more touches than Odell this week, even though I do expect Odell to have a good week because he's been a ghost all season long. He's starting to chirp. I think they're going to finally get him the football or make a concerted effort to do so.
Chirp, chirp.
But Singletary is going to see more touches total than Odell, so I'm going with Singletary. Jordan, Ellison.
Ebron.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Ebron as well.
Although Red Ellison is intriguing. Tyler Higbee, because he's from where we're from.
Oh, he went to the same high school. I called every single one of his high school.
Yeah, Tyler Higbee.
Shout out Eastlake High School. Tyler Higbee, fire him in there. We got,
Quickly
3 more
take.
questions and we got to cut it off. Got to set our own lineups. Bruin 37, Tevin Coleman, Jalen Samuels, David Montgomery.
Ooh, you got one roll here?
That's tough in a
I'm
standard.
going Tevin Coleman.
Got to be Tevin Coleman, even though David Montgomery's been balling recently.
I feel like you have to have 2 spots for those 3 players, right?
I mean, we never know. Gets a little wacky in some leagues. 10-man.
Or Bruin 37 is just loaded, and this is like icing on the cake, or this is like maybe coconut shavings over the cake. You know what I mean? It's like an accoutrement type of thing.
Fredley Jimenez, Gallup, John Brown, or OBJ. I'm going to go with
John Brown.
Safe floor, John Brown. He's been way more consistent on a week-to-week basis.
Last question.
Michael Johnson. Last question. I have Damian Williams now. Start him over Gurley in a PPR and have a great Sunday.
Great question.
No shade.
I'm not starting him over Todd Gurley.
I am.
I can't do it. Wow. So you're better than me in most circumstances with the analysis, and I think that should resonate quite a bit there. You're going Damian Williams here.
Well, I think it's a telltale sign that they're making Shady McCoy inactive. You get Patrick Mahomes back, which means the scoring opportunities are going to be plentiful for this offense, as they normally always are. And Damian Williams, by the way, can do some nice things in the passing game as far as when
he sure can. Nice try. He asked, are we going to be here next Sunday? Nice try. Please subscribe. We are here every single Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern. We go through until we answer all the questions out there. We love doing this. Love the fact that your girl loves me. That makes me happy. Okay. As long as she loves you too. But, if I'm just saying, like, I'm single. So, shout out. Nice try, 1996's girl.
So again, everybody, thank you so much for all the questions. And yes, we are coming at you every single Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're going to answer all of your questions leading through the rest of the fantasy football season. If this is your first time coming across our channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the like button. We really appreciate any and all of the support. And of course, this is brought to you by the original Hooters. And until next time, everybody, good luck and later, says the Tater.
Love you guys. See ya.